Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kenny Lamons here with Medicare Millennials. Hope you guys had a very happy Easter weekend and are ready to get back to it. This is, obviously one of our biggest goals is to help agents to sell Medicare year round, help you on that journey to building a large, successful Medicare book of business. And that means even though OEP is over, AEP is right around the corner, but still a little ways away. We can still be out there selling Medicare products right now, building our book of business. So as new agents are looking to either add Medicare to their portfolio or get into this industry in general, I thought it was relevant to do another video that really concisely explained the top 3 reasons that I personally find from my experience that agents don't make it in the Medicare space, okay? Now, whether that means they still go on and have success in another line of insurance or they fail out of the business entirely, this is going to apply to that. I've thought about this, I've been through a lot of these issues, and I really feel like I can narrow it down to 3 main things. So let me list them first, and then I'll break down each of them individually. So if you don't want to fail, you're thinking about getting into this business, really think about these 3 concepts, okay? So number 1, unrealistic cash flow, okay? So you didn't know quite what you were getting into, didn't have the savings or the budget for the leads. Unrealistic cash flow. Number 2 is not enough activity. Listen, if you've watched any videos out there about insurance training or you've been a part of an agency, probably activity has been preached to you. It's very important. I'll help break that down. And then number 3, just trying to do too much, okay? We need to simplify the process, simplify our product portfolio, and narrow our focus, put the blinders on if we want to have success in this industry, specifically Medicare, but insurance agents in general. Okay, so I'm passionate about this one, guys, because I hate seeing people that really come in excited about the business. They have all the right skills. They're very personable, they're hardworking, they're motivated. But if you can be aware of these 3 main reasons people fail, then you can let those skills and that fit for the industry carry you through so you don't fail. So the number 1 thing I said is unrealistic cash flow expectations. This isn't life insurance, okay? Medicare, if you sell somebody, and I've got lots of videos on Medicare commissions that you can go and look at. If you sell somebody that's brand new to Medicare Advantage, it can be a larger commission, okay? But not everyone you see, at least not with the strategy that we recommend for new agents, is going to be turning 65 or brand new to Medicare Advantage. Therefore, there'll be lots of transferring people from one plan to a better plan, okay? Which is going to be a smaller commission, okay? So if you don't know what the commissions look like in Medicare, just go to my channel and scroll down. There's a 2022 Medicare Advantage commissions video that will help you understand that. But the commissions are much more about the long-term renewals, right? Like that magic number is around $24 per month per policy in perpetuity, as long as you can keep the business on the books. But that by the time you net out any of your expenses and your lead costs, the commissions are not really high early on up front with Medicare sales. So we've got to understand that. So lead cost is the biggest component that counts against our commission, right? That brings down our total income from selling Medicare. So there's a lot of different leads out there. What we offer to new agents is a $25 fixed cost per lead system. Okay, so that's a direct mail lead. You're going to pay $25 per lead. So if you buy 10 leads per week, that's $250 per week that you've got to be prepared to spend every single week. That's the key. So I'll have agents come in and say, maybe they didn't tell me that they've only got $1,000 saved up total. Since this isn't a high income a high upfront commission, you really need to have a little bit more savings or maybe some other form of income, some other job to be able to spend that $250 a week for multiple months before you start really feeling reaping a bit of the reward and getting closer to your first renewals. Okay. We do offer a program that you can participate in if you work with us, where you buy the $25 per direct mail lead. And for every Medicare Advantage deal that you actually close, A month later, you will receive a $75 cash bonus above and beyond what you get paid on your commission from the insurance carrier. Comes directly from the FMO. It's just our way of trying to get new agents to make it through that first year. So if you spend $1,000 on leads in April and you sold, let's just say 10 policies to keep it simple, then in May, you'll get a bonus of $750 check mailed directly to you. That in arrears paid for 75% of your lead cost. It's something that you can factor in if you do work with us. That'll help you understand the commissions and the way they work. You've got to do your own research. Go watch my commissions video and talk to other people, go look online so that you can do the math on what you're expecting to get paid on these products. And finally, when it comes to unrealistic cash flow expectations, do you need to cross-sell? I love just full focus, come in, learn Medicare leads, nothing but Medicare. However, not everybody has $100,000 in the bank to get them through as they build this business. Not everybody has a spouse that's a high earner that is going to put them through the first couple of years in the Medicare business, etc. So if you're not in that situation, I certainly wasn't when I got into the business, you're going to have to pick one or two products that you're going to cross-sell in every opportunity. Number one best way to do that is with final expense. The number two, this is just my opinion. I like final expense cross-sell. Of course, there's a little bit of nuance. You can't sell both of the products in the same presentation, Medicare Advantage and final expense, but you can do policy reviews and come back and do the final expense sell, and it's worth it for that kind of commission. And then you can also cross-sell like hospital indemnity plans and cancer policies, okay? So do you need to cross-sell? Be realistic. So once you learn which product you're going to focus on cross-selling with Medicare, you can factor that in, have a lot less chance of failing out due to cash flow. Moving on to number two, this is straightforward, not enough activity. Listen, if you're brand new getting into Medicare, I recommend you get a consistent lead source. I like direct mail. Agents that work with us, we plug them into our direct mail program. It's consistent. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the best possible lead out there. The best possible lead out there are tons of fresh referrals coming in from a book of business that you've already grown or whatever organically. But guess what? We all don't have a book of business already. So we've got to start somewhere, and that's lead flow. It can't be inconsistent. You have got to be seeing you have to be presenting 5 to 10 times plus per week to make any number of consistent sales. Not to mention to get over that steep learning curve that comes with the Medicare industry, okay? So you need lots of activity. This kind of ties into the cash flow. You have to be prepared to have a budget for what you can afford to spend on leads so you consistently be getting the activity to make your production happen. If you're in telesales exclusively, that's going to mean more leads, right? If you are a field agent, that can mean maybe you don't need quite as many leads, but you're willing to door knock those direct mail leads that didn't answer the phone to set an appointment with you. And also, maybe you're spending one day every single weekend or 2 or 3 evenings a week at your Chamber of Commerce events, at the local senior center, just marketing in your local network, in your community to get additional leads above and beyond the leads that you're purchasing weekly, okay? So activity, that is, if you look back on your first month in the business and you say, why am I failing? And you've only sat down to present a Medicare presentation with 2 to 3 people in a month, the activity is the issue. We can help you with that. And then the third thing is trying to do too much. I see this way too often. I have fell victim to this in the past as well. Trying to be an annuity and a life insurance and an ancillary product and a Medicare, and maybe you also have a real estate license and yada, 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 and ACA. Guys, if you are really wanting to become an expert at something, and you want to duplicate your success and you want to hit those high numbers of policies on your sales, you're going to have to niche down to a certain degree, at least earlier on. To sell all of those multiple products, you need support. You need a lot of experience, and it takes a lot of time to become truly an expert in each one of those product fields. You probably have a team around you to help support you to sell multiple products. So early on, don't try to do too much. If possible, If you have the money, just focus on Medicare only. If you need to cross-sell, pick one or two products that fit really good with Medicare that it's not going to overwhelm you early on in your learning curve, okay? So narrow your focus, one or two product lines max to start out with, 1 to 2 lead sources max. So in other words, you maybe have your direct mail campaign. So every single week you have a consistent number of direct mail leads coming in. And maybe you also market at a local senior center every week. Or maybe you also mail out a personalized T65 postcard once a month. And you're just kind of seeing, but you still have one main lead source that you are focused. You're trying to get really good at working direct mail leads. Don't add on Facebook leads and internet leads and this and this and this. Just have one main lead source and then dabble in one or two other things that's going to help grow your reach, help your long-term marketing prospects, but not something that's going to interfere with that main lead source that helps you just get started and get the ball rolling early on. And then finally, you need just one sales system and fewer products in general. Excuse me. So in the Medicare space, chances are you're only going to end up selling 2, 3, maybe 4 insurance carriers for your Medicare products on a consistent basis. So if you go out there and you get licensed in 30 states with 60 different carriers, good luck, man. It is going to be so overwhelming. You're going to have trouble keeping business on the books because you're not intimately familiar enough with all of those different various plans and networks and so forth to make the right recommendations, or to even have the confidence to get people to close with you and do business with you because you're offering too many different plans. If you're overwhelmed, don't you think your prospect's going to be overwhelmed? So we need one sales system. So if you work with us, we have a really simple phone script, a bridge, which a bridge is kind of what helps you transition from getting someone on the phone or first meeting them at their house into talking about the insurance presentation, and then a needs assessment. So just a way to ask your prospect questions to help guide you to the best product or fit for them. So one sales system, right? And so for you to be able to plug in and really learn one sales system, you can't be selling a million different products and a million different carriers because it's going to overwhelm you. It's going to pull you in too many different directions. So for those of you that stuck around, here's a recap. Got to be realistic on the cash flow. How much do you have saved? What's your income look like? What kind of commission are you going to get paid? And what costs are you going to expect to pay to do this business? Not enough activity. You cannot come in willy-nilly. You need to get with one consistent lead flow and stick with it so that your activity will lead to the results that you want financially. And finally, don't try to do too much. Keep this simple. This business is simple, but it's not easy. So if you add too much all at once, you take the simplicity out of it, makes it that much harder. I hope this is helpful for you guys. I want each and every one of you to have a lot of success, both short-term and most importantly, long-term in the Medicare business. I hope that Ethan and I can be a good partner and get you connected with the right FMO. You can reach out to us on MedicareMillennials.com. Follow us on Instagram at MedicareMillennials. Y'all have a great day.